Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of Life with Anime podcast, where you come to be entertained, find some escape, relief, and where we talk about the impact that anime has on our lives. We are your hosts, Family Man Joe,
Mr. Music Major,
and obviously, as you can see, we got 2 special guests with us. Y'all probably know who these people are, but we'll let them introduce themselves.
Rob, ShonenShowdown.
AnimexSundays, what's going on, y'all?
I appreciate you boys for tapping in with us, coming to hang out with us.
Of course.
As you can see, we not all of us. Obviously, Rob is special.
Huh? What happened?
Rob is special. He ain't got a cosplay, but we are at MomoCon in Atlanta. My first con, first time getting linked up with these boys. It's been great so far. 2 more great days coming up. Trap Sushi tonight. Appreciate you, my boy Jahred over there getting us in.
Yeah, get y'all tickets for the next ones, cause
it's done tonight. Don't call him. Don't hit him up. It's over. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys being on.
Yes, sir.
Wanted to start, like I said the last thing, man, we really like talking about the impact anime has on lives, like how it's kind of, obviously a lot of us have grown up with it, life lessons to be learned, characters we identify with. But the first thing, man, I just wanted to ask you guys, like, what, obviously, AnimexSundays, AnimexSundays, household names in the anime space, man.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Like,
it is what it is.
Household names, bro. Like, my wife knows who ShonenShowdown. My wife knows AnimexSundays now. She don't watch anime.
And she don't watch anime.
She don't watch anime. You know what I'm saying? Y'all household names, bro. Y'all big time. As much as y'all want to downplay it, y'all big time.
Man,
you just have to accept it.
Yeah.
Yo, so I ain't say it, man. No, but it's a blessing for real, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That we get to do this and have a lot of fun, and obviously we share interests in that aspect. So
yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, just wanted to ask you guys, like, how did you, like, obviously the love for anime is there. Like, that's obviously the basis for what you guys are doing. Obviously what we're doing. But like, what got you to do ShonenShowdown? Like, what made you want to do AnimexSundays, on Sundays? Like, what got you to that point? Was there inspiration? Something that happened? Someone you saw? Just to feel like, what drive got you there? What, you know what I'm saying? That conqueror, what defines your conqueror's hockey that got you to be where you at right now? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, we got some One Piece fans in here. Okay, yeah. So mine's pretty simple. I love anime, but I also love basketball. Grew up playing basketball. Still play basketball. Still hoop.
Love it.
And every morning I used to wake up, and I would tap into ESPN. I watch First Take. I would tap into Undisputed. I watch a lot of these sports debates, talk shows, and I thought of trying to bring that to the anime space. That's where the idea for ShonenShowdown came from. Okay. The original name for ShonenShowdown actually was going to be Anime First Take, and then I kept revising it to ShonenShowdown.
Okay.
And I kind of want to bring that same type of energy that Stephen A. and Skip Bayless bring to sports world and try to bring that. And I had a lot of fun doing that. And then from that, it started to transform into some other things, and then doing skits and all that other stuff as well. But that's where the idea came from.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So mine is more of I went to school for film and television. I was a cinema major.
Okay.
And when you first get out of school, man, you not gonna have no work. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna have to really jump on everything going. You're doing a lot of stuff for free. So after 3 years of being a production assistant and script assistant and just trying to fight the long fight to try to get to some real creative space, I just said, F this, man. I'm finna just start making my own type of content. Really inspired from the YouTubers like King Vader and all them. You would see their projects, their parodies have tens of millions of views, and I'm like, that's a show syndication. You feel me? Like, that's somebody on Stars. You feel me? So eventually I was just like, all right, I'm going to start my own type of entertainment platform, media, something, while I'm on this kind of slow grind in the movie industry or what have you. AnimexSundays came from, on my personal page, a lot of a lot of anime, as drops on Sunday. Yeah. So a lot of times you'll be just going through your week of shows on Sunday. So when I was in college, freshman year, I'd be on my personal page, this is right when Instagram stories came out, and I would just be posting everything that I watched on Sundays, right? Back to back to back. It'd be 10, 12 stories every Sunday. And my DMs would blow up every Sunday. Bro, what is that? Put me on. What is that? Put me on. So eventually, I just, asked people like would they, support if I just made like a recommendation page and call it Anime Sundays. You feel me? Wow. And then even when I was posting on my story, I would always hashtag Anime Sundays because that's what I was doing, watching anime on Sundays. That's the logo here. So people was like, yeah, bro, we support. So it was started out as like a little recommendation page, a couple, review analytical stuff going on, a couple verses going on. And that's pretty much the premise of it. Eventually it evolved into skits and TikToks, right? I mean, that was just more of just like, I seen a bunch of cats making anime TikToks as it was starting to get like that in 2019, 2020. Yeah. And I was like, oh, these guys suck. I could do this. You feel me?
Was he one of the ones that sucked? Or?
Yeah, no. See, now Rob, when I met Rob, the first thing that I did when I started my page was I looked up anime debates. Anime talk show. Yeah. And Rob's was the only videos that existed. Like, you had a couple cats that were like...
I knew you were going to hype it up.
Hold on, listen. There's a couple cats. Like,
no, for sure. But obviously, like you said, he was one of them.
Yeah, I was just saying, Rob was the only one.
There's like Tekken, and there's like a couple OG
for sure.
One Piece YouTubers, but Rob was like the only debate style talk show. So I literally just like, after I dropped like maybe 5 episodes, I hit Rob. He might have only had like 2,000 followers on Instagram or something. I was just like, yo, bro, like, mess with debates. I make debates too. We should definitely tap in and make a debate. And that was like 2019, you feel me? Yeah, and Rob was like, yeah, bro, well, just so you know, this ain't no hoe shit. We wear suits and ties.
So I'm not even gonna lie to
you feel me?
When I
say no play around. So I was like, okay, bet. We don't curse. I was like, okay, bet. So I came through.
We don't curse.
And yeah, bro. First video we did was Zoro or Jinbei, best age.
I remember that video. And when I first saw that video, like, I plugged in the entire time. When I saw Suits, I was like, yep, I'm in.
The Suits was a nice touch, bro. Especially with, like you said, like you trying to do the whole thing with like the skip and Stephen A. like that. That was smooth.
Y'all's debates were lively too, man.
So that was the vibe, man. It was just like, I felt the vibe too. Like my vibe was more of like, I wanted to do like a kind of like a shout out type of vibe. So I was like, oh, let me shout out this episode and break down why I thought this part was cool. I did some versus battles here and there, but I never really broke them down. I just would put them up for debate and let people talk about them. And like, even on my Instagram, I would just post the versus pictures. I used to do like a lot of those, and then just let the comments kind of do their thing. And then over time, as we both started making more content, we got better at, obviously debating. And now it's, here we are. You know what I mean?
Good stuff.
Follow up to that, like, how does it feel? Obviously, you downplay it. You downplay yourselves, whatever. Y'all done big time, but y'all big time. Like, how does it feel, obviously, to go from, like he said, when he first hit you up, it was 2,000 followers. Like, you way past that now. Like I'm saying, again, y'all are household names, at least in our eyes. Y'all fools is household names in the anime space. Yeah. Like, if I was talking to someone about, saying I met on Instagram, like, oh yeah, I know you because of Shonen or whatever, I couldn't, the Anime Sundays, like, they would know exactly who I'm talking about. It's like, how does it feel to go from where you were, like in that 2K, to just starting, obviously recommending shows to where you are now? My man, obviously, big time on the cosplay, out here looking people up on the parties, all that stuff. Obviously, like, how does it feel to be at that point? And like, did you think that you was gonna get to that point?
And even to piggyback off that, like, does it ever get normal when you go to these cons and all of these things, and people like come up to you like, hey, yo, I know you, I've seen your videos. Like, is that ever normalized, or does it like always like keep y'all at awe? Like, man, people really be watching my stuff.
Yeah, it's just like you said, the latter part, because I don't really get to see who watches it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always just putting content out there. A lot of times I'm recording, whether it's in my room or anything like that. I'm not really out and about always when I'm recording, so I don't get to see anybody's reaction to the content or anything as much. So when you're out in person and somebody reacts to it and shows love, it's like a different type of feeling, because you're just completely shocked. Like, recently we were at DreamCon last year and we hosted a panel, anime opening verses. It was really, really dope panel.
Really dope.
When I tell you that the line was going through the door, outside, down the stairs, like I didn't even believe what was going on.
How do you not accept the fact that you're big time? You got that's
Bro,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's all
Bro,
right.
And here's
That's
the
all right.
thing. I was in the line, like the line was wrapped around, and I was finally able to get in. And I was like, "Oh man, you could have just let us know. We could have got you in." Man, I was waiting for like 45 minutes to get in.
That's ridiculous.
It's insane. Like, and I will say I'm not shocked that we're making it to a certain point because I've always believed in the content.
Absolutely.
The only thing that kind of made it harder mentally was when, because we're still trying to figure stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like because a lot of us, we want things to happen now, right? But sometimes, God will set certain things up for the perfect time for you. You don't know really what it is, but like that time he'll always be right on time. So that's why it's kind of just been a thing where it's like, put that content out. If it doesn't blow up, cool. Put out another one. Because 8 months, that same video that you put out that didn't blow up initially, it could just take off. Yeah. And so that's why I always just stick to it. I don't even worry about it anymore. I'm like, all right, I'm putting that out. Cool. Go on to the next one. If that one got low views, cool. Go on to the next one. I'm not even worried about it. I'm just having fun doing my thing. Yeah. Because that's really what it's all about at the end of the day.
That's what's up.
That's good.
Yeah. I would say, it's a definitely it's a love-hate relationship. Because we always enjoy doing the good work for people. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like and entertaining people and trying to bring the anime community into kind of this limelight of we're just as popular as like Rob said, ESPN. We just people may want to watch us just like they want to watch their favorite reality TV show, what have you. For me though, it's definitely a love-hate relationship, man, because I happen to be a lot more famous than I want to be because I still have to do regular nigga shit every day. You know what I'm trying to say? So here's the thing. I love people that support me. I love the content, and it's never a big deal to me when people say they recognize me. But my problem is I'll be in the grocery store. I'll be at work. I'll be in the airport, and people will be like, yo, and I'll be like, damn, I'm not rich enough for this. You feel me? And so there's a lot of truth there because the social image is always oh, you're a big time, but it's bro, realistically, I'm still a lot farther than I even want to be or need to be to feel like I can somewhat enjoy the journey that I've been. You feel me? So I love the support, love seeing people, meeting people. That's why I go to cons, because I do like meeting people because they like to meet me. So if you enjoy meeting me, then that's good for me. I'm glad because a lot of people, they need to laugh, they need to be entertained. A lot of people are going through a lot of crazy stuff, especially anime fans. Absolutely. So I try to just I'm appreciative, but also I'd be like, damn, bro, I'm still going to work every day. You feel me? I'm still going to work. I'm still and it's a love hate because it's you want Rob said, you just wait for your time, you put in your work, you hope okay, this you just do what you can do, but definitely as you start to grow, especially in the early days of TikTok, you're always questioning yourself because you're doing what you're supposed to do. You may be blowing up, but you're not seeing as much reward from it. You know what I'm saying? I there was a time in TikTok, bro, I was getting 4 million views a month, bro. 5 million views a month.
Killing.
And I was just the followers was a little steady. The money was so it was damn, I feel like I'm working for free. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool until you gotta eat. Until you gotta pay rent. Until you gotta, you feel me? Until you gotta go work a long ass shift because you don't know what you're gonna do. Yeah. So we just, it's just all about Rob said, I tell Rob every day, I'm you trying to switch, bro? We can switch every day, bro. I'd rather you could take all the little whatever fame and clout, take YouTube check, on the side, and we can have a blast. You know what I'm saying? But I do love though, that's why I go to cons a lot, because I do love to just meet people and, especially young cats, they be I met some guy in the AutoZone, It's like, bro, I've been watching you my whole high school career. I'm like, wait,
That's like crazy.
how old are you,
though?
what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, bro, I was watching you. Then he was like 18. I'm like, damn, I guess you have been watching me all your high school career. If you've been watching me since you was 15, 14. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, you know, it's always good to inspire, you know what I'm saying, get people to make content of their own and stuff like that, you know. We just trudge along though, man. That's the thing, you know. It's not all roses, you know. Yeah. So that's all. Really.
And Jahred got that. He was trying to downplay it.
That's what I know he did.
He got that mayor of the room type energy where it's like, listen, I one time y'all need to just walk around with Jahred for a day at a con, man. I'm telling you, you go there, it's like, oh my God, Jahred.
I saw at DreamCon. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, man. There's sometimes where I'm like, I'm sitting there, we in line, and Jahred's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, he's like, yo, let's go.
Hey, yo, hold on. Hey, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out.
I'm like, we go to the front, you know, he dapping bro up, like, yo, what's good, John? Oh, yeah, where? Yeah, I got Shonen with me. All right, cool. And we in there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I'm like, Jahred, you got it like that, bro?
It's ridiculous.
I'm like, I don't even know anybody out here, bro. I'm like, that's how I'm telling you, I met a lot of people through Jahred, and it's like, he's that guy. I'm telling you, bro. Like, if you want something done, bro, like, if you want to just...
Yeah, I try to connect.
You need to connect to anime space.
Everybody knows him.
All right,
everybody.
Yeah, you know me.
So we're gonna utilize that for sure.
We know nobody.
Yeah, that's what I was like, I don't even know anybody, man. For real.
That's what's up. But no, I to tap back into like what you were saying, bro. Like the fame aspect of it. Like obviously, like I've played in the league for 6 years. I'm on the. Like obviously I'm in the league, I'm getting the check. Unlike obviously like it's my job, so I'm like I'm getting the check. But like that fame aspect, I've seen so many dudes like who can't go. I'll use a guy like Von Miller, like love Von, big time dude. Like needs to send someone to go get some. He wants Chick-fil-A. Yeah, send someone to go get Chick-fil-A instead of going and sit down at the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Trying to go on a date night and you got 20 people. Yeah. Obviously, I love the kids. I'm all about the kids. You know what I'm saying? Go visit Peds, sign autographs with kids. Like I'm always about the kids. But like you got 10 kids coming to you in the middle of dinner, trying to have a date night with the wifey, the anniversary, whatever it is, and it's just like. I'm just trying to like enjoy my time. I'm just another person. I'm just a regular dude. Like they're just like let me have. So I get that aspect. I haven't had to experience that a ton. I've gotten a little bit of it, but like I do understand where you're coming from that point.
Yeah, man. So, it's like again, like it's not a bad thing. Like
it's not.
I do appreciate it. I just wish sometimes that like I could like just. I wish I could like keep her separate when I need to keep her separate. You know what I mean? That'd be the hard part, man. I'd be, like I said, I'm in the auto zone. I'm like, what the heck, bro?
There's so many. I get it. Like
you want to give me these jumper cables.
I was about to say auto zone is crazy.
I'm saying you get your oil change for free though. Like what's up?
Man, that's exactly, man. But no, it's still all love, man.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Next impact question. Then we're gonna let Preston go off on y'all with a couple questions. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know how Preston is, but. Again, towards the impact aspect of it, like, has there been, whether it's a specific show, specific character, main character, side character, whatever, that has, like, that you identify with, like, this is my character, like, I've identified with growing up, whether it's new, whether it's someone back, you know what I'm saying, from the OG time that you've been watching since you was little, whatever it is. Like for me lately, I've talked about, like, how this, like, Blue Lock Asagi has been, like, that's me. Right now, like I've experienced so much. We experienced like obviously not everything. Like his whole story and my story. Right. We played two different sports, but like his development and how he's gone. Like I've experienced so much of that, and I know a lot of other athletes have. Like, is there anyone like that for you guys? Like, yo, like that's like if I were to say like if I was a main character, if I was this character in anime, this is who I would be, type thing. And like why?
Okay. That, so. Yeah, I mean, so two characters come to mind for me.
Luffy?
Actually, not Luffy, but I really do love Luffy. I resonate with him a little bit too. But I would say Whitebeard from One Piece has inspired me to like the next level. Like that's one of my favorite anime characters ever because me seeing the way he moved and with confidence. Because how much I lacked confidence growing up, like I think it was like the perfect thing for me. Okay. Yeah. Like I always tell people this. I mentioned it one time on Instagram or something, and there's a comment that was like, "Bro, you taking this too far." And I was like, "No, it's real life though." Like Whitebeard helped me get my job right out of
no, that's bro. We talked about that in a second, but yeah.
It was real. Like there's times where I was like, yo, I'm gonna go talk to a shorty. I don't have the confidence right now. Like, and I thought about it in my head. I was like, I was like, yo.
Yes.
It sounds weird, but it's real life. I was like, yo, if Whitebeard in a situation, would he be freaking out? Like, he would just be all right. He'd be chilling. Like, same thing when I had a job interview. I literally went into the job interview. I was like, man, oh my gosh, I'm about to get interviewed. I'm nervous. I've never been here. And I'm like, yo, if Whitebeard was to get interviewed, how would he act? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would act like he's, you know what I'm saying? They would probably be like, dang, like, when can you start? You know what I'm saying? He would come in with that mindset.
Exactly.
And I literally changed as I'm walking through the door to the job interview, I changed my mindset. I was like, let me just try to exude some of that Whitebeard energy that Oda tried to teach us through his works. Yeah. And I got a call back the next day.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So it was like that character alone has like just made me be more confident in any room, anywhere I'm at. I'm like, I really just put him in that situation. I'm like, how would Whitebeard act if he were here?
Yeah.
And like, no other character has really done that for me. So like, Whitebeard definitely. And then I would also say he's from a lesser known anime. It's called The Law of Ueki. But Ueki Kosuke is probably like my favorite anime character of all time. Like, he's very, very confident. But he's also clever too. Mm-hmm. So he's like, think about like Luffy with like a more like clever type vibe with like a Senku. Like, you like put them together. It's like he's elite in that aspect, and like the way he moves. And he was treated very unfairly. He had like a very poor situation that he was in, and he was able to flip it around. Like, it was very unfair for him, and he made it happen. So I don't want to spoil too much, but The Law of Ueki, some of my favorite animes. He's a really good character. Shout out Law of Ueki.
Did they drop the? Oh no, that was the other one they remade. But yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I love The Law of Ueki. Yeah.
For me, man, I mean, I know y'all think I'm gonna say Luffy. It's definitely not Luffy. Luffy is somebody who I have always inspired to want to be like, but I am comfortable knowing that I'm really nothing like Luffy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Luffy's mentality, the carefreeness, the willing to just do whatever is right in front of him hasn't really always been how I've moved throughout life. I'm more of like a Killua. You know what I mean? Like, Killua is a character who I felt like when I was watching anime, I was like, yeah, my goal is to just make sure the people I care about are smooth and that they can do what they want to do. But I also hate doing things unplanned. I hate doing things not folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate doing things just like, I really would rather be like super locked in on a lot of the things I do, especially when it comes to goals and things of that nature. Yeah. But Luffy is just more like the inspiration. Like, when I do have moments of like self-doubt, or if I'm like, dang, like, man, I really do not feel like going on another damn adventure. You know what I mean? Like, these, like, especially with like stuff like these parties and stuff like that, like Luffy would be like, yeah, I'd be like, bro, I do not
Fiesta every day.
You feel me? Like, so, but I look to Luffy when I do feel like I want to, when I feel like I need to tap into that side of his personality and be like, okay, no, now you got to really head first into this. No looking back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Have you do it. But in terms of like how I move, I'm more of like a Killua. You know what I mean? Like, I try to move like the strategic deuteragonist, man. I try to be more on like the Sasuke side. Like, characters, I've always related to the deuteragonists more, especially if they've been like a lot smarter, like, or tactical than the main character. Yeah. That's who I feel like I be related
strategic,
to.
locked in, planned out. Like, this is how we gonna move. This is how we gonna.
Yeah, man. Because I be, you know, I'm not even like, you know me. I'm really a lazy guy, bro. I know I do a lot of stuff, but that's because it needs to be done. You feel me?
Shikamaru kind of.
Yeah, I'm like the Shikamaru definitely was one of my favorite characters in Naruto. You feel me? Like, I just was like, yeah, this guy gets it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, who wants to do all this work? Like, unless we have to. You feel me?
Right.
But when it comes to like definitely like the grind mode and just like, you know, handling, you know, events and things like that, then yeah, I try to put my Luffy hat on and be like, all right, spearhead this, you know, set sail full, you know, all that. So that's probably me.
And I will say, just to piggyback off Rob, which I'm not, you know, won't get into Usopp too much. But no, like that for me, like I didn't have like confidence like that. I didn't have like all of the insecurities that like I was not like that was me. I saw Usopp like, yeah, he has insecurities. Yeah, he's scared. Yeah, he,
runs away.
But he always comes back and handles business. And I saw that from his first arc. Like, dude was petrified, scared, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, dude comes back and he handles business. So that for me, like that was that's why I be like an Usopp. Just saying.
I was gonna say too with the Luffy thing. Like I feel like a lot of people would aspire to be like a Luffy, right? Like just not even necessarily like the carefreeness of it, but just like, okay, this is happening. All right, this is what I want to do. Let me go handle that. Let me go do what I want to do. Yeah. And however it turns out, I'll handle it from there. Like no anxiety about nothing, not nervous about nothing, not worried about it. Like no stress. Like literally carefree, no stress. Yeah. It is what it is. Let's go do it. Yeah. I think a lot of people probably aspire to do that. And then to what you guys are saying, like even like that tapping in, like I do it so much with working out. I do it so much with football, with workouts, whatever. Like at times I'm tired, I don't want to do nothing. I'm in mid set and I'm like, bro, like I got 5 more reps and this is like, I'm just done. Like I'm done. Like no, like okay, all these characters I love and I watch and I'm like, yo, like I get pumped watching them. Like Zoro out here, man, doing jump squats with 10,000 pounds on his back. Crazy, like Zoro not about to quit with 5 reps left. Like I gotta push through this. Like you gotta talk to yourself. Like, hey, I'm not about to be soft with this. I got something I'm chasing after. I go and do. Okay, let me tap into whatever it is. And I think there's so much of that in anime for a lot of people. Like, and that's again why we like to talk about this. Like it legit has an impact on life. Like it helped you get a job, helped you do what you're doing now. The confidence level. Like there's so much like actual impact that this art form has on so many lives. And like you said, people don't really realize, like, it's not that deep. Like, no, bro, it is that deep. Like, it really is. Yes. Like, you may think it's just a cartoon. It's not. Like, it really is that deep. There's more to it than just whatever story that's being told. And so, yeah, man, I really appreciate y'all sharing that.
Yeah, man. No. Yeah, definitely, like you said, definitely the fearlessness. Like, that's what I try to really take from Luffy, for sure. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that last point, too, with just, working out and everything, the most motivational anime for me was actually Hajime no Ippo.
Bro, that man. Because we saw someone at Ippo cosplay yesterday, which was fire. But yo, that man, it took me so long to watch it, but I just watched it, and that was the most recent one. I've been like, bro, this man taking hits, and like, no, I'm Dempsey Roll coming back at it. Like, let's go.
Gosh. That man. I think about like a lot of Ippo's like training sessions, or when they would be like, you got road work. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing up. They're like, we don't care. You got road work. You got to get that done. And
you got stuff to do. It don't matter what you're doing. Right? Like we still got work to do. Like let's go.
100%. I was watching that through college. That helped me get through a whole semester. That helped me even like I used to watch. Because I was in an intramural league too when I was at school. I was like, I watched one episode of Ippo. I said, oh yeah, this game. I dropped 40 that game.
I'm gonna say we dropped 40.
Yo, I dropped 40 that game because I was like, yo, and I was getting tired. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, I gotta keep playing. And I thought about it. I was like, yo, anime is like pushing me to do something that's like not. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like shooting. I'm more like I like to pass and do. I was like, I was putting up shots. I was doing more active. I was like, me just watching Hajime no Ippo like put me in a different mindset. And I was like, this stuff is not regular. Like anime is really, inspiring people out here. And like that's why, a lot of these creators write these stories to help inspire people.
Absolutely.
It's real.
No, you can obviously get that from other things. Like there's like anime is not the only thing that can do that for people. Right. Obviously our faith, like obviously big believers in Christ, like that drives me a lot in what I do. But like there's also something with seeing like an actual character go through a life, obviously animated, but like there's just something different about anime, bro. It just really is. It's really is.
Absolutely.
So. All right, P, go ahead, bro. Because I know we done stopped some talks in the car yesterday. We had to save it for tomorrow. So go ahead, bro. You got it.
This was so great. I'm so glad that you guys are here to share your anime impact and all that good stuff. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
I got a question. Let's begin. The tier list. I just want to start there with Naruto being a S tier and Natsu being an F tier. Can we just talk about that just a little bit? Why is Naruto ranked so high for so many people?
The show or the character?
I can go with both.
Wow. I mean, it's You want to go for it, mommy?
You go ahead.
Go ahead. You got so you ready to speak?
Yeah, because you know me, man. I am for some reason branded as Naruto's #1 hater, right? Apparently, right in this community. Even though even though literally, like I would say 50% of my content is Naruto content. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like so. For someone who actually does love Naruto, and I have it as my #2 anime, I see that, but I also am one of the most critical Naruto watchers. I think Naruto kind of at its time gave a lot of of those early inspirational kind of life messages that a lot of anime didn't really have yet. Like even with Dragon Ball Z and all Inuyasha and stuff like that. Yeah. It wasn't like the, believe in yourself and fight against the crowd and, do what you can for your, the people, even if they hate you. Like there was a lot of subtle, now popular core messages in anime that Naruto had first and hitting for people. And now you may say, well, now it's everywhere. So who really cares? Like if you look at Naruto and you look at it critically against all this new anime, it's the same damn thing. But it's like, but that's the point. Like at the time, and it's the same thing with Dragon Ball Z. It's like at the time, these animes paved the way so that a lot of these other new shonen could even expound on the earlier messages and inspiration that it was having.
Yes.
So I think Naruto, like if people ask me, do you think Naruto is an S tier show as a whole? I say yes. I think Naruto is an S tier show as a whole because I feel like there is a lot of it in there that has done so much for the anime community and for the anime that have come now that it's like I feel like I would be lying if I said it wasn't an S tier show if I didn't give it that at least that stature. Now Naruto the character, that's everybody's opinion. I mean, no, I feel like Kid Naruto had way more depth and way more pull to him than Shippuden Naruto, and of course, I mean, I like Hokage Naruto as a character. I think he's a lot. He's the maturity, the responsibility that he owns up to every time. Like it's not like he was. You can see that he's not the little kid no more trying to just I want to be Hokage just because. It's like no, I want to be Hokage because the village is my family. Like I have a family. I need to really protect these people. I'm the only one who can. So I like Hokage Naruto a little bit more in terms of his mentality and how he moves than Shippuden Naruto. Like if I was to rank them, it'd probably be Kid Naruto, Hokage Naruto, and then Shippuden Naruto. If I was gonna rank them as characters,
I could see that. I would say about the show though. How do you feel about that ending for Shippuden?
I mean,
because a lot of people have debated the Kaguya Madara ending. They didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could say it's S tier.
Strictly because of the ending?
Yeah.
But that's what I was.
I mean, okay, yeah.
But that's what I was going to say. Based on his perspective, I can see why, because he's not necessarily grading it as like these are the critiques that I have. He's grading it from this was the starting line for a lot of anime to follow this same mold. So from that perspective, I can see why you would name it an S tier. But if we're doing critiques, might be something. It's
got a lot of critical, but I try to look at it like if you have any new gen anime S tier, I feel like how can you not have Naruto in the same conversation? You feel me? Because you can literally pick and piece.
It's pulling from.
You know what I'm saying? Half of the stuff that you see in every new shonen, of course, it's a shonen style, but you could pick and piece a lot of character traits, a lot of plot stuff going on in Naruto. Now, of course, like you said, the ending, right? Kaguya, Madara, the ending. Not the best, but then you look at some other anime where they didn't even have the ending. You feel me? Hunter x Hunter. I still consider Hunter x Hunter an S tier anime. You feel me? You feel me? Like S tier. I do consider Hunter as S tier because I think Hunter x Hunter is Nen. I just think Nen and all this stuff. We could talk about it, but I just think I think it's up in that category where it's yes, Naruto, you had a hiccup with the ending. But I also don't think people realize how hard it is to make the perfect ending to an anime you've been doing all your life. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody, and you know, and of course we can't see the future, but we just know how the manga's going in One Piece. Not everybody's Oda, man. Not everybody had the ending planned out before they started the show. You know what I'm saying?
But that's my point, though, is that not everybody can be S, and we can't hand out those S's.
But I feel like, I mean,
I think saying Naruto's A.
S tier is like, to me, it doesn't mean perfect, bro, because I don't think any anime is perfect.
It's definitely not perfect. There's no
you
perfect.
You feel me? So I feel like, is it good enough to be considered one of the greatest anime of all time? I'd be like, yeah, it's in the conversation, bro. Naruto's in the conversation of one of the great. I feel like Naruto's in the conversation. I feel like objectively, even if you hate the show, Naruto's in the conversation of top 5 anime, top 10 anime of all time. So I feel like, yeah.
Are we saying that? Right? Are we saying that based on what it brought?
I think it's a good show. I mean, I think it's a good show, bro. I mean, even writing wise, I think it's still pretty solid, bro.
I love Naruto.
We can't say the Uchiha history, the Itachi history is not S tier writing, bro.
Oh, this is.
You feel me?
Yes, I agree. That's an S tier part of Naruto. If we're ranking the entire full body of work, right? I think, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I think there are certain shows that kind of have separated themselves. Like you just spoke on Hunter, you just spoke on One Piece, right? Mm-hmm. Impact wise, you could say Naruto has technically had like a bigger impact or just as big as an impact as like One Piece. Or
no,
whatever.
for sure,
but
definitely.
I don't think I could say, if I have One Piece in my S, which I do,
there is no way I can say
I can't.
I agree.
I feel like, because then I'm saying Naruto is on the same level as One Piece. And for me,
I feel like there's levels, but I think it's just better.
There's a grade, like there's SS or triple S, however, and then there's like single S. There's
there's S and there's A.
There's S and there's A. Yeah, there's S and there's A.
Well, I mean, I feel like
saying Naruto's A for me, because I feel like a lot of Naruto fans get tight by you saying that you don't think it's S, you think it's A. Saying the show is A.
I think A, but I think even A is like still a pretty like big drop. No, I think it's a big drop, bro.
Really?
I feel like A tier animes for me is like, if I talk about the early new stuff right now, I would say like Dr. Stone's an A tier anime, bro. You feel me? I know you have it S tier because you specifically like what Senku's doing and you like the mission, bro. But if you take Senku out the show.
So what's another show that's an S tier? Like
so far, you making sense to me, and I would put Naruto.
So I mean, I guess maybe. I mean, no, it's all objective. Like Naruto definitely has more weight on me, bro, because I watched Naruto before One Piece 2. You feel me? It wasn't until I watched One Piece where I was like, okay, I see there's a little higher quality. But like another S tier anime that I put up there, bro, it's like. I would put like I'm just I mean
like maybe one in the same generation as,
I'm trying to think like generation because I don't want to say new stuff because that's fresh in my mind. So I'm trying to think so like for me, bro, an S tier anime is like Death Note, bro.
Okay,
Death Note is an S tier anime to me, bro. You feel me? I feel like Death Note, the way, the story, the writing, the villains, the main character. I feel like if I look at that and I look at Naruto, of course, one's a shonen, one's not. I could still see the quality of the show being right here. Like I could still see. You feel me? Like if you were to take some, and I'm sorry, I know you want to say.
No, you good.
And if you were to take like some of Light Yagami's, plot moves of his strategy and compare it to like a counterpart to like Naruto fights, why wouldn't that be considered the same level of quality entertainment? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, you may say, well, nah, bro, that takes way much more interesting writing, but it's like, it also takes way much more vision to make fights like this, bro. You feel me? But it's not like Kishimoto was in there.
As far as the choreography for the fights?
Yeah, I mean, just choreography and just like what the fights lead to. You feel me? Okay. Like, when the Akatsuki pulled up, it's like, okay, a lot is going on right now. Like a lot of crazy battle plot parts are going on.
Yeah, the timing
and I can compare that to some of the stuff like Yagami does in terms of impact in their characters.
You see why I have an issue with that though? And I love Death Note. Every anime we're talking about, I really love it.
Right. Yeah.
But I feel like if we just start handing out S's like this, we're watering down what means to be an S, right? A lot of people had issues with Death Note because after El Pass, spoiler alert,
if you ain't seen it, right, so it's on you at this point.
The Nier and Mello was a miss for a lot of
Which
people
I
out
still
there.
enjoy.
I love it.
I
love
I'm
it.
not even gonna lie.
It
I
did
love-
drop, but it
Right.
still was good.
It was still good, right? But that's what I'm saying. Like, if we start talking about what a lot of the anime community has agreed upon a whole as an S tier anime, like a Full Metal Alchemist.
And that's
Brotherhood,
that's where I was going.
Yeah,
That's where I was going.
But see,
If
but
you're gonna
but
put
see-
Full Metal Alchemist as an S, do you feel like Full Metal Alchemist and Naruto, the whole work of Naruto, are on the same plane?
But see, that's why I
where
feel
it's
like.
at.
That's why I feel like. That's why I feel like for me, the community is always gonna have a wild ass, broad range of what they feel is good, bad, or what have you.
Absolutely.
But I feel like as us cats who really take the time to critically watch and analyze anime, I feel like our radar isn't that out the water. Like, you feel me? Like, and so that's why I feel like, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to the mainstream ones, what can you really say? You know what I mean?
And me personally, like I think, and obviously you guys said there's S and then there's A. Like there's S is its own thing. I don't know. For me personally, like there's like a scale for me in each category. Like once you get to like C, you either C or you D or you F. Like I feel like those lower tiers, like this, you just that. Like I feel like the B's, especially the A's and the S's, like there's. I don't know. There's like a low S and a high S. Like this is like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is like one of the top of the top, cream of the crop. Like versus again, obviously people who think like a Naruto is an S tier. Like those aren't on the same level, but like again, the impact it has, how so much has come from that. Now, do I think some newer animes that have taken from Naruto, that have taken from Dragon Ball Z, have done some things better? Sure, but they do come from they do take from that. And I don't know. I could see. I don't have it as S tier. I put it in A. I would put Naruto in an A tier.
Me too. I think.
But like I can see someone putting in an S tier, and especially having that grading scale. Like again, I've mentioned like the double S, the triple S, whatever. Like there's that cream of the crop. Like you can't touch this unless you doing something for real.
Right.
And then there's the super high. Like they're really 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 good, but they're not on that level. And then there's the okay, now we get into the A's and the B's. That's just personally how I feel.
I think, man. I feel like sometimes the bar, especially now that like all of us are such big One Piece fans, bro. I feel like since the bar for like if you look at One Piece as like one of the the greatest,
stories told
you're
ever.
gonna be like of course you're not gonna have maybe Naruto, because also
And
One
that's what
Piece
I'm
is
saying.
now even further like getting into the best part of the story. So like
As it's
I would-
going
I would
on.
go,
yeah,
it's
I
still
would
going.
literally-
S.
But see,
That's
that's what I'm saying.
And I'm with that.
That's what I'm saying. I would literally put One Piece in a tier of its own, bro.
And that's what I'm
You
saying.
feel me?
with the-
I would
like,
put
that's what
One
I'm like
Piece
with
in
the
like
grading.
the
Like you gotta have
above and beyond. But if
That's
I look at like
you gotta
S
have like
tier-
One Piece, Full Metal, like they like at the cream of the crop, and they like even S tiers don't touch what they do, but there's still gotta be some.
But and I will say with that
Naruto,
impact,
you say Naruto's like a low S.
I mean, I just think One Piece is like above and beyond.
Yeah,
bro.
it's like
that's
in
what
its
I'm saying.
own
Like,
separate
I don't think
category.
Naruto is like. I do think Naruto is a really great anime, bro, and I really do think that like yes, there is some. Of course, some filler. I mean, if you're not gonna talk about filler, whatever. Yes, like, but I'm saying, if you just say the manga, then right. I think if you look at the manga of Naruto, bro, it really is a top tier story. It really is like first of its kind type of story, especially when it came around. And you are invested. Like I have no problem rewatching old Naruto at all, bro. You feel me? Yeah. I just think that like there's bro, my bad.
You good?
I just think that should I mute that real quick though?
Yeah. Go ahead.
My bad.
Go ahead. You straight.
See, look, somebody hitting them up right now, man. Big time.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. You good? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Who that? Who that? Elon?
No, some shark.
Elon is crazy.
But
got some
no,
big things
man.
on
Like
Twitter now.
I think like even Full Metal Alchemist Brother for me. Now I was always like just a regular Full Metal Alchemist fan before Brotherhood. You feel me? Like I thought Full Metal Alchemist just by itself was the S tier. The Brotherhood, some concepts I was like, I feel like okay, cool. You put that in there because you can now, right?
that.
You feel me?
I feel that.
But like I could see them all in that kind of Naruto, like kind of like yeah. You may put maybe some here. You may put Hunter at A because you don't feel like they're ever gonna wrap it up. You may put Yu Yu Hakusho at A, because you may not be an old school guy. You may be a.
You can put
an S. I would put it at S too. You feel me? But like that's what I'm saying.
For people who wouldn't, they have their reasons to why they were like.
Some people like, but you know what I'm saying. But like, there is such a very fine line there, bro. But I feel like since us as One Piece fans, especially like, and this is kind of sound crazy. I feel like most educational anime watchers, smart people, and I'm sorry if this offends anybody, have One Piece as their like top 2-3 animes.
And if you don't, you're dumb. That's
you feel me? I'm just saying. I just feel like if you've seen,
Gabe, that's for you, Gabe.
I feel like if you've seen and like Gabe is a very no shade to Gabe. But Gabe is a very diehard Naruto cat, and he still hasn't, made it through a lot of One Piece yet. You feel what I'm saying? He has a kind of subjective mentality. Like, as he gets through different arcs, he's like, well, this ain't that, and this ain't this, and this ain't that.
And that's I'm not gonna lie, that's where I was until I was like, all right, I gotta catch up, especially we try to do this. Like, I gotta figure out what's going on. And as I'm going, I'm like, okay, like I've been tripping. Like, now I get it.
That's what I'm like, unless you're just hating, objectively, I feel like you're gonna look at One Piece as like, the story that's going on here, nothing out right now, nothing that's really been out has kind of been doing this.
It's not touching.
So that's why I'm like, we have One Piece as S tier because nothing's doing it. But if you say, okay, well, One Piece, you don't exist. Now the S tier conversation opens up a lot of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I have Naruto up there. And my top 5 favorite anime are very basic animes, and people, it's real simple. One Piece, Naruto, DBZ, Hunter x Hunter, and Attack on Titan are my top 5 favorite anime.
And I feel like the thing with top 5s versus like taking an intellectual grading standpoint with the grades, like you have your personal preference.
Yeah, it's a personal.
Like there's people out there who don't like isekai. We had that whole conversation, and I might have an isekai in my top 5, and like, bro, like isekai is trash, especially lately, like whatever. But like, I think there's a difference there.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But I will say too, I will bend a little bit on that Naruto, especially if we're talking about impact. Man,
look at
your hand off my shoulder.
Preston wants to put Naruto S.
Wait.
Look it up.
No.
He didn't say all that yet.
I said I can see the argument. If we're talking impact and we're talking what it brought to the game, especially at that time, and I said that before, I could see why you would consider it an S tier. It has done a lot for not only people, but for the anime that came after Naruto. So there's actually absolutely an argument of why it would be an S tier. Now I'm gonna go with Joe. Like now I started to see, like, if you want to break these S tiers up to like SS or triple S, double S, single S, and then I can see that. I do. So I'll step back on that.
Yeah, definitely. Man.
Okay, cool.
You had one more.
I got one more, and then we gonna be.
You going that way, right?
Yeah, I'm going this way.
Okay, yeah.
What happened?
What? One Piece.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
No.
Oh, that's not where I thought you was going.
Where do you think I'm going?
Fairy Tail.
No. Oh, I forgot about Natsu.
I mean, we could talk about Fairy Tail, bro.
But see, here's the thing. I don't know too much about Fairy Tail. So again, I'm at Jalop's Tower.
I'll square back up.
Here's the thing. I've seen it. I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying my hardest. I don't think Natsu right now is an S tier, A tier, or B tier character. I think that there are other characters in that anime that could go for that S tier, like Urza. I even enjoy Lucy.
Man,
I'm not getting it from.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this about Fairy Tail, man. Fairy Tail is a definite, like, it is a feel good anime, bro. It is not, if you have a repertoire of harsh, very life on the line, I sweating bullets watching this, Fairy Tail is not gonna keep you. You feel me? When I was watching Fairy Tail, bro, I was like I wasn't like super young, but I was very like, I kind of didn't enjoy my everyday home life. At the time, my parents was always arguing. There was a lot going on in the house. My brothers was having a lot of trouble with their life, and so every time I came home, it was always stressful. You feel me? So Fairy Tail was a very feel good place for me. Because it felt good knowing that everyone's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, that, that's booty. Like, and in entertainment, like, if people aren't about to lose a limb, we're like, it's boring. But, like, even at the time, and even now, bro, there's some episodes I go to Fairy Tale where they're just, like, having a blast, bro. You feel me? Like, and I just really enjoy, because, no, it's not super well, like, written, and no, it's nothing on the life of the line. It's a very kind of basic shonen. They're fighting to keep their friends alive. They're, you know, they're taking down the big bad wolf. Somebody's going to rise up. But, like, it's just a very good feel. It's like the guild, you know what I mean? Like, it feels more of like a One Piece, like, kind of a little bit watered down, but it's like a bigger, like, if the Straw Hats had a big old crew. You feel me? Okay. Like, and so I always liked Fairy Tail because of that aspect. I've always been a very, like, I've always loved magic anime in general. Yeah. And at the time, I always felt like a lot of things were very interesting about Fairy Tail. I felt like the whole dragon slaying magic was something we don't really see often, you know, being trained by magic from a dragon, you know what I'm saying? And then it's used specifically, you know, it like specifically triumphs other types of magic, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like that was very interesting. Now, Natsu is your run-of-the-mill basic shonen, you know what I'm saying? He's got fire magic. Natsu, I don't hate Natsu, and I don't say I'm super in love with Natsu, but I do appreciate Natsu beating on somebody, and they're just completely stoked. Like, how did that happen? Like, I don't hate it, you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, some of the pulls would, Naruto catching his Jesus Lord. Natsu catching his W's. You're like, okay, I don't know how this man be a very hard Zaref with
where'd
just
that come from?
His strength. But, you know, I mean...
just out of nowhere.
You know, but like you said, Urza's backstory and the villains that she be fighting, bro, and, like, I don't know if you are catching up, bro, when they started getting into that last season, especially, like, that last season was actually really good. Like, I really do like it. I mean, the fights were a lot better. The villains were way colder. Like, they had... the Spriggan 12, you know, one guy from the Spriggan 12 soloed the 10 Wizard Saints, and then Agnolia came and soloed him. It was ridiculous. It was like, wait a minute, bro, what's going on right now? You feel me? Like, I'm sorry for the spoiler, but, like, that's the type of stuff that they have in the last season, and, like, I'm not gonna lie, there was a switch up in Fairy Tail. Like, the first couple seasons of Fairy Tail, they switched it up. Like, I think they either went to different, like, writers or something, and so, like, a lot of the middle part of Fairy Tail was, like, not the same vibe, not the same energy. It was kind of all over the place, you know, especially when Natsu and them weren't even in the show. At the point they weren't even in the show anymore, and you just had the B characters running around. Yeah, I get it. I can get you, like, this is terrible. I'm not watching this, you feel me? But I think if it's just, like, an anime where you're chilling and you're, like, just enjoying just pastime, it's a great, I love it, but it's a feel-good show. It makes me feel good. You know what I mean?
I will say side characters are really good, especially Urza's backstory. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Phenomenal.
Yeah, even like Makarov, you know, and like Laxus, you know, those guys, they go into real depth.
I'm waiting for his redemption arc.
Yeah.
So, and again, like I said, I'm watching. I'm not a fan of Laxus right now. He's ridiculous.
Yeah. I was gonna say that that last season, especially those last like two, bruh, they did a lot. Like when there was like that after that time skip, it got a lot better just in general. Like story wise was better, fights were better. Villains were better, you know, and even a lot of the villains are cold, bro. Like Agnolia is one of my favorite villains, man. I know you're not really depth in him, but bro, it's his history, his abilities. He's cold, bro. You know, even you probably didn't even make it to Tenro Island yet. I don't know if you did. Yeah, you know, they got all types of villains coming back who knew Makarov and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, this is
where I'm at is where Laxus, that guy Thunder. Yeah, he just left the village.
Yeah, Laxus has great character development. You know, he comes back. He's great. Like, Fairy Tail is, you know, like a normal shonen, but I think there's a lot of interesting aspects, especially for a magic anime. You know what I mean? So I think you know, even some of the normal abilities, like old girl's rune ability, you know, I'm like, I haven't seen that in a magic anime yet. You know what I mean? People writing stuff out, and then it's like the words are attacking you, and like, I think it has its benefits, man.
I appreciate the insight on Fairy Tail. Now I'm not gonna say whether but I will go into it with a new perspective.
If you get there, like even if you get to Tenro Island, which is a pretty early arc, they start to go. Tenro Island's where they go to become S-class wizards.
Okay.
So they all have to take the test again, right?
Okay.
And even Urza has to go back and take the test, even though she is one. That's a good arc.
Is that the one where she? I don't know if it was the tournament where she like basically pulled out like every single suit that she possibly had, or was that something else?
No, that's when she's like fighting her mother. And I'm trying not to spoil, but like it gets crazy. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Urza specifically as well, it gets crazy with her. Like she really be holding it down more than I feel like anybody else. Makarov too be holding it down. Even Gray's backstory is pretty wild too. And then they go and then they don't even reveal the full thing. Like they reveal Ultir and everything at first, but then later on you find out the history of his actual parents and things like that. And then it's like, oh, okay, this is crazy. This is why Gray is like this. Is why he's this strong. And and then even like the other Dragon Slayers, Gajil and Wendy and all them, and Sting and Rogue. Man, and then, Rob don't really watch it, but he know about the Grand Magic Games. You know what
I've heard so much
maybe that's something about
the Grand Magic Games is a pretty good for a tournament arc. I got it up there like top 5, top 10 tournament arcs. Like Grand Magic Games is pretty serious, bro. I definitely had it. I did an old video about tournament arcs, but I had it in that conversation. I'm like, yeah, bro, Grand Magic Games. There's some things that these cats are doing in here, especially Natsu. That I'm like, oh yeah, this is crazy. Yeah. So it's got a lot. It's just slow, but that's kind of like the vendetta of the older ones. Like
no, that's true.
If they're not if you're not getting your behind kicked by a demon, episode 2.
Yeah. It's a slow turn.
Like what we do.
All right, cool. All right, last thing. Talking One Piece again. Mm-hmm. Now, what is going on when you said that?
Oh, who me?
Yeah.
Okay.
The admiral.
All that he's coming at you.
I'm sorry.
Admirals need to retire?
Yeah. What's going on? Yeah. What's going on?
I mean, I just think for a long time, man, we've had the admiral stocks through the roof. And I think we just need to lower those stocks, man. I mean, you read the manga.
Every admiral?
I do.
I mean, I don't think. I mean, no. I mean, yes. Every admiral stocks need to be lowered. I feel like every admiral stocks need to be lowered because y'all are all in the same field. It's not like Akainu, Kizaru, Kuzan were just the only admirals for mad long and we were training. No, Fujitori's been in the cut. He may not be as long, literally, but he's been in the cut. Green Bull's been in the cut. These cats have been working for the Marines their whole lives. And now we are really seeing that, y'all really are gonna ride Akainu's back to Glory Land, huh?
Who's riding
I mean, from the recent chapters, and no, I don't know if y'all spoil about One Piece, but in the recent chapters,
spoilers. It's coming.
Yeah, manga spoilers.
I just say in the recent chapters, bro, I feel like Oda has been making the play that the admirals, the Marines in general, they really only have 1 or 2 heavy hitters at a time. When it was Roger's time, it was Garp, and it was Sengoku. When it's Luffy's time, you got Akainu and maybe Kizaru. But at the end of the day, bro, Fuji, Green Bull,
the Fuji district.
Kuzan.
The Fuji is
well, here's my thing, man.
Like
it's gonna come. I feel like Fuji's gonna come. It's gonna happen, and he gonna
Fuji
have to
come,
okay.
and I'll definitely rescind, bro. But like even now, bro, like you're getting suplexed by Morley.
But even now, first of all,
he's number 3 in the Revolutionary.
Yo, but
4 in the Revolutionary.
I mean, that's kind of high. But here's my bro. We saw in Marijois to where like dude wanted to do business. He wanted to do damage. Dude wanted to drop meteors, and everybody was like, "Whoa, Fuji!"
Well,
like,
let me ask you something.
You can't be doing that here.
Let me ask you something, bro. If I got, Joe, let me ask you, bro. If I got 1 play and I never use it, Am I gonna win the game?
No, you're not.
Am I gonna win the game? Am I gonna be MVP? Am I gonna be? You feel me?
But they legit told this dude, like, he
But it's
can
like,
only
how long? How long?
But he can only do but so much, especially up there.
I think
That's the point,
That's
bro.
the
How long are we gonna let that rock?
But we know for a fact that this dude that he's more than what meets the eye. Like, every time we see Fuji, he is never ever trying his hardest.
But that's my point, though, bro.
But you know it's there.
But bro, it don't matter if you can never use it.
But you already.
So
you
here's
know
my
it's coming though.
So here's my thing, man. Even if like he goes all out and he's stronger than a Kanu, that still don't mean he's gonna be packing up Luffy. He's not gonna pack up, the top of the tops. He's not taking down Shanks. So like for me, bro, it's like even if
Not Shanks.
yeah, I'm just saying, even if you go all out and we're like, oh, Fuji's the best admiral, he's top dog, y'all stocks are still low because you can only ever do this if everybody is out the way, cleared from the 2,000 miles away. At least a Kanu's like, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Stuff has to get done.
Well,
people, you know what I'm saying? Pirates have to be killed. I can't give you the sauce if everybody, if it was like, oh, I can do this one move, but got y'all, can't do it.
That's crazy.
Can't do it. Yeah, it's like
I think we have to define when we're saying admiral stocks are getting lowered, right? Jahred,
that's a whole though too.
No, I think I understand what you're saying from the aspects of a lot of people had a lot of admirals filling up their top 10 strongest characters.
No,
But
that's crazy.
A lot of people.
Is it that the animals are dropping, or is that everybody else is just like is climbing?
No, man, admiral stocks have dropped because we are now seeing we're now seeing not the gaps, but we're now seeing the instances where they kind of fare. Yes, Kuzan against Garp, ain't much you can do, right? But at the end of the day, it's like Garp's doing two moves. You're 10 feet in the hole, bro. What is going on right now? Where's the hockey? Where's the defense?
It's just deep hole.
You know what I'm saying? Like when we had a Kano and Kuzan going at it, everybody was like, "Oh, they fought for 10 days.
Tier to tier,
they
though.
ravaged the island." But it's like that's because they're the Logan users. You feel me? And even Kizaru was like, "Oh, Kizaru's he's still got one of the greatest Logans," but it's like. Ben Beckman's got a gun to his head. What are we talking about right now? There has to come a time where we have to realize that the Pirates have kind of always been leagues above them except for one or two cats.
Well,
So who are the one or two cats?
I
can't really tell you right now because we ain't seen
But
nothing.
there's more though, because I agree with Jahred on that side because we always have those type of conversations because a lot of people always debated Yonko versus Admirals, right? There was that one instance
They put
where
them on the same playing field.
Kizaru was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go fight Big Mom and Kaido. I'm going to Wano." We know he's not doing that, but a lot of the Admiral fans bought in. They bought into that. They bought into
that's
when,
what I thought.
Right.
That's what I thought.
Right. They bought into when Admiral Aramaki said, "Yo, I'm gonna go to Wano and go handle this." He didn't even Shanks Wi-Fi hockeyed him. He used the Conqueror's hockey across the sea, and Aramaki said, "I gotta leave."
That is wild.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I understand your point, Fujitora. He did have to hold back. Now I don't believe he held back against Sabo and Dressrosa. That's a whole different
I
conversation.
absolutely do, but
I don't think. I don't think he held back. But again, that was Sabo's first day getting the fruit too. So I think Sabo's elite. He's in my top 10, but that's another conversation for another day. I'm gonna say Fujitora had to hold back in the Holy Land, but from Akainu's perspective, and I agree with Akainu on this. If it was Fujitora by himself, I'm with you. Fujitora had a whole other admiral with him in Aramaki. There's two admirals.
Who was the admiral?
There's two. It
don't matter. That's why the stocks are low.
No. That's why the stocks. Who was the admiral though? Who was the admiral? Who was the admiral?
There's two of them.
Who was the admiral though?
Even Aramaki said it was Aramaki. Green Bull. He was there.
Why are we talking Green Bull?
Because
He's the admiral, bro.
He's the admiral.
We saw that man
Akainu
get
said it
packed.
himself.
Who would you rather have,
Akainu
Kobe?
said it himself.
I might take.
At this point, yeah.
I might take Kobe.
Akainu said it himself. There's two president. Y'all can't make excuses. You got to get the job done. Even if you have to hold back a little bit because you can't damage, the Celestial Dragons.
man.
There's two of y'all. If it was one, whatever. There's two.
Yeah.
So I'm also on that aspect. But I also believe that the world government also knows what's going on. which is
Yeah.
why
Can't wait to
the
see what's
Seraphim are coming out.
Can't wait.
Now
Yeah.
we hear there's holy knights, there's God's knights.
Yeah,
coming
that's what I'm
out.
saying.
They
That's what I'm
already
saying.
are starting to shift.
Now, from that
the-
perspective, yes, I feel like now a lot of the weight of strength might just be taken away from the admirals. Like, we thought these people had it all, but I think now we're finna really separate.
They on the A tier, and we about to see the S tier characters come
that
out.
too, but I think we're finna actually see a separation between quote unquote church and state. Like, I feel like the Navy's finna be the Navy and the world's finna be the world, and the world has a lot more power than what the Navy has to offer.
Right, absolutely.
I can.
And it's real because back in the day, people would have said, "Oh, Blackbeard going up against an admiral." I don't know. Now he has an admiral as one of his crewmates, like
Yeah.
one of his
Literally.
guys.
And as a crewmate,
Yeah,
As a crewmate.
it's different.
but
type-
that's why-
Blackbeard didn't want none though. Blackbeard
Yeah,
said
he didn't want none.
absolutely.
But see, I look at it like One Piece is a very situational anime. That's how we kind of dictate who's kind of on top, what's going on. Not necessarily of what your ability might be able to do, or if you ever. It's very situational. Sabo Squad came in there on a mission. They came in there to get their boy Kuma and free some slaves. They accomplished their mission.
Yeah.
Their situation, thumbs up. The Admiral's situation, don't let them leave here with no slaves. Don't let them leave here with Kuma.
Fail.
They failed.
Yes.
You feel me? Like, it's the
Epic
same
fail.
thing with Kid. It's
What
the
are they
same thing with
supposed to
Blackbeard.
do?
Even if you say with Blackbeard, oh, 3v1 law. A lot of people are saying that now. Burgess, Von Gar, and
Yeah, Van
Blackbeard,
Augur. Yeah.
Van Augur took law down. 3v1. The situation is, the Blackbeard Pirates took their W. Lost Pirates did not. Now, they didn't get the fruit, but do I think Blackbeard by himself is still going to beat Law?
The fruit though? Like, what is? Like,
Well, nah, he said he couldn't get to it because Beppo, you feel me?
But he wanted
he
it.
was going to either give it to somebody or take it for
Yeah,
himself.
he wanted it.
But I still think Law is like right there with Blackbeard. I don't think he's that much weaker. I think he's like, he could still probably, in a one-on-one full strength, Law probably could get some strategy in there, take him down. But the situation is, they didn't make it. We know Kid's situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
That was
how
just
One
dumb.
Piece moves, bro. And so with the Admirals, it may feel good, but guess what, Fuji? You let Luffy go from Dressrosa. You let Sabo get out of here. Who else did he pull up on? Anybody Fuji's pulled up on,
But
they walked away.
do we think that Fuji sooner or later will have his own motives for the reason that he moves? And for
that's the
reason
one
that
thing
he
I think
does
with Fuji,
things?
right? Like, he's on that border. Like, who's
'Cause
the good
absolutely,
guy?
and who's the bad guy?
And like, okay, Luffy's showing me some stuff. Let me let him go and see what's about to happen. Like, and if it's about to go in the wrong way, all right, I'll fix
And
it.
even with Sabo, like, I feel like both times, him and Dressrosa and him and Marie Joie, like, it wasn't like a thing. Like, it was like, all right, we can have it.
I don't know, man. I just look at it like look at Garp, right? Garp went his whole career not trying to be an admiral because he felt like he really couldn't change nothing, right? Even if he got to that level and they would ask more of him, right? They would want him to do things he didn't really want to do. And yet we still revere him as the only one that was keeping the Navy from getting annihilated by Roger and company. Can you imagine, like, Roger, Whitebeard pulling up to do whatever the hell they want? Well, Garp, if you would be so kind,
please and thank
Sen
you.
Goku, if you'd be so kind. It's like, that's why I'm like, the Marines, to me, I feel like their stocks have always really kind of been low via the Pirates because they think that they have it on lock, but they do not.
So then, in that case, who's the strongest admiral, and who can the admiral take out or at least go toe to toe with?
I mean, we have to assume Akainu is, but listen, I have every Marine on fraud watch except for Garp. Every Marine's on fraud watch. Akainu, you're on fraud watch until you leave the base.
Fraud watch.
You're on fraud watch. You're
I was
literally.
gonna say he is just sitting there.
You're on fraud watch until you go out there and go get Luffy. You're on fraud watch until you go out there and say Blackbeard has to be stopped.
Well, let's be fair. Blackbeard found out that Akainu was in the surrounding waters and said, "Let's go, let's jet."
And I feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Let's be fair.
But that's what you're supposed to do. if I'm Blackbeard, I'm not going to go looking for that man. He's a
Nobody act
maniac.
like Kid.
You feel me?
Kid went looking for smoke, and you saw what happened.
Yeah.
Blackbeard ain't on that.
I think
But there's a difference. There's
absolutely.
a difference though. See, there's certain people where it's like the Marines, they'll come down trying to hunt you.
Yeah.
But there's other people that are of legendary status where it's like, yo, Shanks is over there, let's relax.
Yeah, and
Red
I
Hearts,
get all that.
Calm down.
I just think that
Whitebeard's Jolly Roger, relax.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody go over there. If you're relax. Like, unless he comes to us, then X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the whole Marine Corps War was. But
I mean, it's tough, man. I think that Akainu, for the fight that he always wants, the mess he be talking,
he do be
I'm
talking.
slaying every pop, tug them all down. If you don't get your ass on a boat and go do something instead of sending Kizaru, who's just came off of 3 joints, and Kuzan, who or Fuji Joy, you feel me?
That man-
Like,
you know what's crazy about that? The freaking Gorosei are on the move now. Saint J. Garcia.
that's what I'm saying, because that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
they're leaving now.
I feel like the people who they had as the fighters, the Marines, the Navy, the cats that they were like, these are the guys we're sending it out to catch the bounties. Their stocks are low, bro. Their stocks are low. Now, if you're talking about the world government, talk about, Eam and all cats, yeah, their stocks are hot.
Their stocks
we don't know nothing
Yeah,
about them.
yeah.
But Akainu's on fraud watch for me, bro. Unless Akainu goes out there and,
I still have him top 10. I ain't gonna lie. I still have him top 10.
I'm not even going to lie. Like you said, I think we, again, are about to see separation between world government and Navy. And we're about to actually see what the world has to offer. And the Navy probably can't do anything.
There's gonna be a few though.
Well, they walk hand in hand. The Marines and the world.
Right, but he's saying they're about. He thinks he's about to
I
split.
think we're about to see like a hard.
Like, y'all not doing what y'all need to do.
I think we'll
we'll
take
take over.
a hard
Y'all go over
split.
there.
I can see
Because literally, Akainu is moving slow. Like, things are not getting done. We finna see what Kizaru does in Egg, but
And I think Akainu realizes his men's stocks are low. I feel like he's like, I keep sending y'all out here, and nobody is completing any missions.
I get that.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One day,
And
right, go
like,
do it yourself.
I got Garp going out here doing his own thing with the what is Kobe's group called?
Kobe.
The sword of the
the sword.
the sword, right?
Yeah, the sword.
It's just a sword.
Yeah. At least he's like, at least they out there, you know what I'm saying, trying to get something done.
They got a dub. Well, they about to get it. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think
And I try to tell y'all, Sengoku saved Kainu's life.
You did. And you're absolutely right.
I try to tell y'all.
But nobody knew that 8 years ago.
I did. I did. I told y'all.
Rob,
8 years ago.
You and Oda must be, texting each other, bro, because, I mean, look, again, like, Garp, I feel like, he just happened to be one of the guys who felt like being a Marine was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But in terms of anybody else who was really one of the most powerful in One Piece, they realized being a Marine was not the right thing to do. And that's why most of the strongest characters are pirates, or they're just not Marines. You know what I mean? They're just, Mihawk or whatever. They're just out there and living their lives because they're like, why would we work for this super corrupt, give my strength to this super corrupt system? Where Garp's like, well, maybe I can. It's like, Garp, you're the only one who thinks that's going to work.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So, hey, kudos to bro.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Man, I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all
Yes,
for hopping
sir.
on, spending this time,
course,
hanging out yesterday, doing
you
your
for having
thing,
us.
man.
Man, we
coming in
appreciate
here
y'all,
before the
man,
con.
for real.
Absolutely.
To say thank you, real quick, actually.
Yes,
Word.
sir.
Oh
Man.
man, stop, man.
Man, what?
That's your boy.
Stop, bro. What?
And from what I heard, that's your lady.
Damn, that's
So,
crazy, bro.
Yes, sir.
Nah,
Get you guys
bro,
in the Funko
what?
Pop game. I'm big into
Yeah.
Funko Pops, and
That's
actually did a
fire,
little
bro.
research, so.
I think it's like my
Appreciate
only
you.
one, really,
Yo.
actually,
Listen,
for real. Appreciate
Listen,
it.
y'all need a plug for Funkos? Hit me up.
man.
I got them all at this point. So,
thank you.
Thank you,
appreciate
bro.
y'all
Nah,
boys.
appreciate that,
Hopping
bro.
in,
Appreciate that, man.
Really means a
Appreciate
lot.
y'all boys, man.
And with that, that's the end of episode 3. We'll see y'all again in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Peace.